On this episode of driVen, we drive through from Alberta to the interior of British Columbia, where we meet up with my good friend Kent. We get to sample some of the local craft beers, cook with some of the local cuisine, go sailing, and visit some of the natural hot springs. I'm Kix Marshall.
And I'm Kent Borgstrom.
And this is driVen. The greatest thing about traveling to a destination isn't when you arrive, it's that unexpected journey in between. The first leg of our road trip to meet up with Kent led us to arguably the sweetest stop on the road to BC, the Nanton candy store.
This is the part. Like, okay, everyone on stage please, everybody on stage. Now get in the RV.
Get in.
When you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up, and they respond with, President, what they actually mean is, President of a really cool candy shop. This one's old school and even held a whole back room stacked with antiques. It's like what I imagine Willy Wonka's pantry to look like. Jawbreakers that could actually break your jaw, lollipops that never seem to stop, and chocolate dipped chocolate with chocolate swirls and chocolate sprinkles with chocolate scented wrappers concealing that chocolatey goodness. And goodness was right.
Were you a trumpet player in school?
I'm just really good at fart sounds. Slurred snake sucker. That's a little awkward sucking on this thing driving on that way.
Runs like a dream, but apparently we're supposed to put a liter of gas in to the equivalent of fuel. But if you look right there, it's actually only about halfway down. We've gone through 2 tanks of gas so far. Runs like a top. Here we are in lovely Sparwood, British Columbia, in front of the world's largest truck. This thing's humongous. Oh, wait a minute. That's the world's largest truck. Let's go check it out. Doesn't get quite as good as gas mileage as our other camping van, but it's not too bad.
This thing was retired 2 years before I retired.
Okay, yeah.
I retired because I was 65 years of age. And this thing was retired because the repairs were getting too numerous.
Yeah.
So they were going to scrap the damn thing. And when the Chamber of Commerce and the villagers found out about it, they fought like hell to bring it down here for the tourists.
Yeah.
And they won out.
That's
so
pretty good.
Now it's collecting fingerprints from all over the world.
Yeah. And now you drive this one.
Nobody's seen it. An animal like this.
Yeah. It's now about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon. We've been on the road since 6:30 this morning, riding in our luxurious RV accommodations. It's a good thing that didn't have smell-o-vision on it because it's just hot in there. We're about a quarter mile from the beautiful town of Moy, perhaps? That's how you pronounce it? I'm not too sure. And about 10K from the US border, which is just over that way. And if we weren't 2 illegal citizens in a stolen vehicle, we'd head that way, but we are. It's now 7:34. We've been on the road since 6:30 this morning. We've had a couple pee breaks. We stopped for a little nap on the side of the highway. Stopped and made a sandwich. I was pretty sure that I was on the right route to meet our friend Kent here in Nelson, BC. And then we came around this little gem, and there's a ferry port right here. And according to the people in front of us from Nevada, who clearly are less lost than we are, the ferry doesn't come until 8:40. I just finished texting my buddy Kent and told me we'll be there in 20 minutes. That's an hour and 10 minutes away. I don't actually know if this is the right way to get there or not, or if we have to turn back around and go up the road and go the way we were supposed to come the first time, I think. I'm just waiting back from here from Kent to see what the deal is. So in the meantime, let's check out the view. Mojo's Cafe, closed. Island Farms ice cream, closed. Hopefully there's a pub open on the other side of this lake.
Yeah.
Sweet. You guys are from Nelson, yeah?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
from Nelson.
Yep.
I'm just like,
I'm from Manitoba, actually. I've been here almost 2 years, and she's from
I'm from the
Kelowna.
Okanagan, but when I
sweet,
first came here, I walked into Finley's and we were with
What's
a bunch
Finley's?
of people. It's a bar, on
yeah.
Vernon
Oh, yeah.
Street in Nelson. And this guy was like, "Oh, where are you from?" And a bunch of my girlfriends were like, "Oh, we're from the Cooties." He's like, "That's so great, that's so great." And he's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from the Okanagan." And he looks at me, dead in the face, and he was just like, "Go home."
really? Oh, no welcoming hug or like big high five or anything?
Yeah.
No.
You guys are living there now and you're going back there right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are you guys doing today?
We're at the nudie beach,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
having some beers.
Yeah.
and-
Was there a lot of people at Nudie Beach?
No,
There
it's
was
a private
Yeah,
location.
it's a private little beach.
Maybe
but
10 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like private as in you have to
Secret.
know someone to get in, or private as in you just have to
Private.
know how to get there?
You have to know how to get there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man.
It's secret.
What happens if you show up in like a pair of boxers? Do they oust you from the beach?
No, but they'll think you're a creeper.
Yeah, probably.
You have to just be like, shh,
Yeah. As soon as you walk in, you just
take it off.
because you look like a creeper if you just come on the beach and you're fully clothed.
Yeah. Well,
We get to your spot and
no
then you-
tan lines here. Actually, yeah. Now that
It was
now
just
that we
one
talk
day.
about it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the people just pulled up behind us is the mother of a kid I used to play ball with when I was like in grade 9.
Yell her name and look away. That's like the move.
Are you Lloyd Johnson's mom? That's funny. Yeah, pretty good.
Seen you since you had the restaurant.
Yeah, how's it going? Good?
Very good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pulled over the
He
ferry.
lives on the other side of Ferry.
Oh, really?
I'm going to his house right now.
Well, that's funny. I'm going to meet, must know Kent Borgstrom then, yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, yeah, so I'm going to, he's in Nelson right now too.
Oh, well, Lloyd's in Proctor, right across the river.
That's funny. Ooh, get on the ferry. The world's longest free ferry at nighttime with our new friends from Nelson, BC, who seem like they're fucking crazy. Crazier the better, I think, on this trip. Wasn't bad. We got lost at like the perfect time. Met some new friends, ran into a buddy's mom. Got a free ferry right out of the deal. Once again, this couldn't have worked out any better. Hopefully this is a drinking ferry.
We already crossed that line.
Let's see, where does everybody go?
Yeah, propane aboard?
Yeah, there's propane on this one, yeah?
Yeah, could you set it off?
Yeah, sure, as soon as possible, shut off. Okay, thank you. Shut that thing with it.
It's like he wants our beers to be warm.
Oh, the propane's open too. The fucking door's open.
Whoops.
With the thing burning.
Party foul.
It's now 10 o'clock. We've been on the road for 15 and a half hours and finally made it to Kent's place in lovely Nelson, BC. Haven't seen him in months, so we'll go inside and hopefully surprise the hell out of him. Let's do it. What is this?
How long did it take you guys to get here?
15.5 hours exactly. How's it going?
It's going good. Yeah.
And what I thought was completely the wrong area because we were supposed to come the other way here. And these two girls pulled behind us, so we're kind of chatting with them, whatever. We're chit-chatting and we have a beer, so they have a beer with us. Everyone's pretty cool. And then I look up and I'm like, I think I know that guy's, I'm pretty sure I play baseball with the guy's mom. And I'm like, are you Lloyd Johnson's mom? And she's like, who are you? And I'm like, I just play baseball with your son. Shut up. Steve Martin.
So in the 80s, Nelson had its moment of Hollywood stardom when Steve Martin came here and filmed the movie Roxanne. So in 1894, this was presented to the firemen by the ladies of Nelson. It's kind of a saucy thing to write on a bell in 1894, I'm thinking. Yeah, sweet. Let's go check out Cottonwood Falls. checking out the Cottonwood Falls Park here, and there's some beautiful scenery, but it looks like there's some interesting people here too that we just met.
What do you guys do in the park?
Play music.
Yeah?
Yeah, coming down.
And you play like with that group locally or anything like that?
I don't right now, but...
And lots of people hang out here, or is it usually pretty chilled out?
It's usually lots of people, but the weather changed yesterday, so...
Yeah.
Pretty chill now.
And you're like a Nelson original or no?
No, I'm not. Been here 10 years though. Moved to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Love the bits.
You like this?
Should've moved earlier.
This lifestyle better than the Vancouver lifestyle.
Yeah, I think I could move here actually. Every time I come to Nelson,
right.
grabs me a little tighter. It's a sweet.
Honey, take a whiff on me. Well, I went. They dedicated to this, and they gave us that sign there, and that sign used to be held up just by gravity. If you film it, you can go and see just how it was sitting. Yep. I didn't have any glue in there. And I was once sitting down there playing some music, and I went back and I knocked over the sign and it cracked, and you can go see that crack in it. But then later that afternoon, a buddy comes up to me, he's like, oh yeah, no, I took care of it. I went down to the city and the police station and told them there was a group of anti-Asian vandals down there. So the next day, the paper comes out, manhunt on for vandals. Me.
Anti-Asian vandal.
Right? Yeah. I was like, oh, this is not what happened.
I was just playing my banjo in the park. That's all I was doing.
Honey, take a whiff on me. There you go. Woo! Sweet.
There's some natural caves behind us too we're going to check out. I believe they're like legit natural caves that were originally here with natural water in them. They've since been cornered off and have a fee charged in the front door for us to go check them out. First impressions, it was worth the $12. It's kind of like going to Batman's Batcave with the spa, although it did cost me a $300 camera that's soaking wet right now because I forgot to close the housing on the waterproof lens we brought. Other than that, it was pretty cool.
I read a little bit about the history of this place, and it was a pretty honest history because it says the people who first knew about this were the Kootenai Indians, and they probably came up here and picked huckleberries and enjoyed the hot springs and had a really good time until they showed the place to some prospectors. George Ainsworth established a town site here about 130 years ago, and then about 90 years ago another guy, Jim Burns, built a pool to kind of catch the hot water and started selling tickets to this place. So I'm glad that it's being commercially exploited because it was easy for us to find it, but a long time ago this was probably just a paradise for some people.
This is now the third waterproof camera I managed to mess up in different places. One time in Costa Rica, I took a waterproof camera into the Erin volcano and it did no longer work. One time I took a waterproof camera into the ocean outside of Cuba and it didn't work. And this little gem here managed to find its way into the hot springs at BC. So I'm just going to put it together here and see if it works. It's been airing out for about 20 minutes now. Well, sorry, more like an hour. We'll see what happens. The answer to this question is camera number 3 is now no longer working.
So Van Diet 101, we're probably gonna cook some pasta in the park. Pasta involves pasta sauce. Pasta.
And phone repairs require the cheapest rice you can get your hands on. So hopefully this $3 bag of rice will fix a $300 camera. We'll soak it in this and see what happens. Let's see, pasta for dinner.
Van Living 102, bedazzle your phone.
I feel like one of these is probably gonna cut it, yeah?
Let's bring both of them. We might use a little bit more than one. Everybody loves bagpipes. Coincidentally, there's a bagpipe band practicing under the bridge here. Should provide some nice dinner music as we cook in the park.
A little pasta water. We got the GoPro repair kit full of rice right here. If you look magically underneath there, oh careful, it's full of water. There's a GoPro hidden in there. And hopefully this is the answer.
Not. Hopefully.
Welcome to Kitchen Camping in the Park 101. We got a little gourmet pasta on the go right here. The pot of water boiling. We got some mushrooms on the roast right here. We got a little garlic roasting over here. What are you laughing at?
We got a free liter of apple juice from Safeway.
Oh, scratch and win.
The 1 in a million ticket that actually wins something.
Don't mess around either. This is a whole wheat rotini we got right here.
So we're just ready to chow down on some of our camp stove prepared
Roasted garlic and mushroom rotini that we made in the park.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh man. Good
Hot.
result.
Yeah, solid. Mmm. Mushroom. Mm. Yeah, we killed it. Yeah, here we are in lovely Osoyoos, Alberta. Or sorry, British Columbia. We drove through most of the night last night, so we didn't. I actually slept in the back most of the night last night. Well, Ken drove through the night. And yeah, we wound up here in beautiful Osoyoos. We slept at this ravishing RV resort, as you can see. Has a nice ambient backdrop of cement pillars and I believe a pumpkin field back there. Yeah, we set a backpacker shower in the bathroom and now we're gonna eat some breakfast. Before the day's over, we'll head up to Penticton today and go on a microbrewery tour.
So I got freshened up this morning in the Husky bathroom and had a nice conversation with the lady who works there. And yeah, got my cup of coffee and I didn't even have to make it.
How was the drive last night?
Oh, it was nothing. Yeah, we probably averaged 75 kilometers an hour, which is pretty close to top speed in the Toyota here. And yeah, aside from the never-ending hills and mountains, it was a pretty easy drive.
So pickle and ham sandwiches for lunch today?
We just took a drive through town. It's totally beautiful. It's about 30 degrees. And yeah, we drove by the beach and thought, let's make lunch here. Want some carrots, huh?
Yeah, totally.
So we're just getting ready to go on our Cannery Brewery's beer tour. And we were thinking that we should probably eat something before we do that. So we stopped on the beach at 𝗂𝗂 Lake in Penticton. It's a beautiful sunny day and we're gonna eat some sandwiches, work on our tans.
We're calculating the math that this one didn't have an extra piece of bread at the top. We're going to do the math on how many pieces of bread we have versus how many condiments we have. Someone gets a low carb sandwich and I think that's going to be me.
Oh, such a hot day. I'm so parched. Man, you look like you could use a glass of water.
Water? Are you crazy? The Cannery Brewery Company right behind us. You must be Pat?
I am Pat.
Hey Pat, how's it going? Kix.
Hi, Kix. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Welcome here.
Hey Pat, I'm Kent.
Kent, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
No, thanks for you guys stopping by. We're always up to show off our brewery.
We're at that Cannery Brewery today and we're going to go on a little tour of the facility and how it works. And Pat's going to be our guide to everything delicious for the afternoon.
I love lager.
Give this a try because this is not
Cheers, Kix.
I got you.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
Wheat ales always have a citrus component to them that comes from the wheat itself, and we've added enough apricot to soften that citrus, but not enough to make it sweet. The blackberry lightens those heavy porter notes out. The big power flavor in the middle of this one.
actual blackberry, like you get the juice off.
Like
of
a
it.
juice,
Yeah.
that goes in again at the end,
Yeah.
so that we're not heating it up to alter that flavor.
This is
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I love
It's
this.
a great after dinner beer. It's a really good beer with a steak dinner, but just awesome with a piece of dark chocolate.
If you notice over here, if you come a bit closer, the maple stout has said goodbye for the summer, but don't worry, it will be back in the fall. Watch for October. But if you notice the room that no one's in but us right now, there happens to be a bottle of maple stout on the counter.
This is the very last bottle.
What a good day!
We will brew it again. It's a full seasonal for us.
Is that your dog over there?
No, it's not. But we do
Look at
have
that.
a couple of dogs over there. So stouts are always about roasted and toasted malts, and that gives
Wow.
their flavor
So
profile
rich.
a bit of an edge. We've added maple to soften that edge. You try it and tell me what you think.
Oh my Lanta, look at it.
I think you should
Soften
have
the
it
edge.
for breakfast.
We will.
A breakfast with champions.
Oh. Amazing. Every one of these beers is
So different in flavor.
so
Wow.
different.
That's exactly what we have here at the Cannery Brewery Company.
Unbelievable, that was amazing.
God, thanks so much for the tour. That was like
That was really good. That was a lot more than I was expecting, actually. That
There
was
you go.
that was a
Awesome.
lot more than I was predicting at this day's event.
Yeah, good. Well, let us know how it comes together, and we'll look forward to seeing how you make out.
We just got back from the Cannery Brewery, and it was fantastic.
Incredible. All the beers were so good. I couldn't believe how much flavor they all had.
Pat took us on a pretty thorough, in-depth tour of everything that was going on. We had to go back to like the brewing room. We had to go upstairs to where the product was. We had to see them canning on the line. We had to see the bottler. She walked us through essentially every detail of the whole event. It was amazing.
The details that I care about are the flavors of all the beers. They have 9 different kinds, maybe, and all of them are awesome.
Each one has this like very distinct sweet or bitter or smoky or dark or nutty flavor. It was amazing.
The blackberry porter was one of the best beers I've ever had.
To top it all off, there was a little selling area where everything was for sale, and the one that was sold out for the season was the maple beer. And lo and behold, Pat reaches behind the counter, pulls out the last bottle of maple ale, cracks the top, and pours a couple glasses. It was amazing. It was like you have it with waffles. It was
Breakfast
delicious.
beer.
Breakfast beer for sure.
Yeah. No, what a tour. That was great. We got to insinuate ourselves into more breweries. I think.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this might become the beer show instead.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Cannery Brewing, delicious. Yesterday's winner of the grocery store lottery is
Got to get our 1 liter free apple juice.
free apple juice lottery winners. Ding 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 ding. Since we don't know anything about red pears, this nice guy is gonna let us cut one up and try it.
Ever had a red pear before?
Uh-uh.
No? Let's check this out.
Tastes the same as the other pears.
Yeah, they totally do.
Wait a minute, this is just like a regular pear.
Earlier today we were at Cannery Brewing and we had a Scotch. What kind of beer is that?
Scotch ale?
Scotch ale, I think.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it had such a cool smoky flavor. So we want to cook something to complement that on the barbecue.
We're gonna get some steak somewhere in here. Maybe a little bit of blue cheese, I think, and roast off a bit of grilled pear. And Ken picked out a squash here. These all seem like, yeah, local, grown, delicious ingredients. And didn't have any, I guess, green pears like we usually get. So this guy got us try a red pear, and it's perfectly the same.
Yeah, red pears are all right.
So let's go find some steak right now, a bit of blue cheese, and we'll go over with our Scotch ale, and probably do gourmet dining in the park again.
Safeway apple juice. Maybe they'll give me the other Erin.
We'll find out.
Did we win anything yet?
I don't know. I'm just gonna wait on this one.
Okay.
We almost forgot to get our free apple juice out of the deal.
They might be sold out of free apple juices.
They didn't have the brand we were looking for, so we got a different brand in question.
Just chilling at the Ben Everyman show in Penticton at the Voodoo It's been a pretty interesting night. Drinking some more actual Cannery Brewing Company beer here, which is on top of a few places in town, but much more interesting than that has been the music.
The lights not blinking. I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Out, making my mind slow. That's what I don't want with the big 4-0.
Essentially, I decided to use social media as like a platform for something interesting, because I feel like many of my peers just use it as a simple marketing tool. So I thought I'm going to stalk people on Facebook and discover what they like and things about them and use that to create art. So the person I made this for is an artist himself.
Instead of pretzels, we got classic Okanagan fruit as the snack on the table tonight.
So I just thought I would just go for huge. So if I could
You weren't even lying. I thought you were totally lying.
No, I'm
that's solid gold right there.
So I painted myself. I don't know if you can see me.
Feet, hands, I can make out an ass.
Can you? It's hard to recognize a penis, but if you can find it, I would.
That's your cock. I'm pretty impressed.
Are we videotaping each other? Or?
That is my cock.
Is it actually?
That's like where it's called.
Where is it?
You have to guess.
Is it right there?
Oh man.
It looks like your big ball sack.
No, that's a sweaty gut.
Probably the funniest thing is that we were the only customers,
and they knew we were from out of town.
So how does it make you feel? That's my question.
How do I feel emotionally about this painting?
Yes, precisely.
I feel like I'm touching Jesus.
Wow.
I feel like I'm touching I feel like I'm having a...
That's pretty deep.
I feel like I'm having a creator...
Ben Everyman's a legend. Fucking legend.
Make your eyes rain, you like me is going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane, got no brain.
we just went to a 3-person concert with some people who were so sketchy and crazy that it was like, it was so entertaining, but it was like 3 hours of awkward turning the screws.
It was worth the $5 price of admission.
I was worried. When we got in and there was nobody else there, I was like, ooh, we paid $5. But it was so worth it, man.
And then we got free cherries and bitch tat. We saw cock and balls on a painting. That was probably the most strangely awkward night at that venue I've probably been part of.
And Ben Everyman was good. He had some jams.
Yeah, Ben Everyman he did a really good job actually. I'd go watch him again. And hopefully he brings the Carney show with him because it was really good.
He was playing a cajon with a kick drum.
Yeah, super solid. This is the original Ben Everyman sticker we got with it. What appears to be a rabbit blowing its brains out, spelling out the words Ben and Everyman. Definitely something for the whole family. But on the back,
brains are
splattering. On the back is some free stuff that we're gonna totally milk.
But CKUA probably plays Ben Everyman.
Probably does.
That's like right up their alley.
I bet you if we told them this story, showed them this video, they'd be all over it. This might take
that shit was good.
Someone else's touch rather than mine. Oh no. Nope. Hold it. Hold it. There we go. Want to see how this thing goes on properly?
Not very good at stickers.
No, I'm really good at stickers, alright? I'm not even going to tell Andrew. I'm just going to hand his van back over and slowly point hits at us.
I think he'll notice it right away.
Sweet. First major souvenir from a rock star celebrity after a Carney show. Bam!
Not to mention the Ben Everyman pin, which is going on my hipster backpack.
We pretty much got our $5 a piece back just like that. Five and five right there.
No.
Welcome to living in a van with 2 of your closest friends. As you can see here, we have room for 2.
Yeah.
There's 3rd-person seating on the floor here, in the penthouse suite near the bottom here. We have a stacked drawer combination, beer for when your friends come over, a jug of water for brushing the teeth with, and a myriad of dirty dishes and clothes piled up. And just in case your laundry needs aired out, there's an entire clothesline system working right now. I can't take some of his down. It's working right now. Yeah, come check us out in the morning. It'll look like this, only more beat up and tired with black eyes.
So we're just in the park at 𝗂𝗁 Beach, getting ready to chow down on some awesome food that we were inspired to eat yesterday when we went to Cannery Brewing Company.
Delicious.
They have, what, like 9 kinds of beer, and they're all amazing. But when we tried this Squire Scotch Ale, which has a really smoky taste and a lot of flavor to it, we thought, oh, we got to use this barbecuing in the park. So here we are.
We went into town, sourced some locally grown ingredients. We got some Canadian baseball cut sirloins here. We have some locally grown blueberries, a bit of really delicious and amazing asparagus, some cherry tomatoes, and a bit of blue cheese, a squash, and this red pear this guy let us try the day at the grocery store. So we're going to take and grill up this. We'll probably poach up the squash, make it into a bit of a mash, and then we're going to blend a bit of the Scotch ale with the blueberries and blue cheese and put it across the steak. It's going to be amazing. Living in the van, eating like a champ. Take and clean out the inside of the squash, get all the seeds out of it.
So we got the squash peeled and chopped up and boiling, and we have some carrots and asparagus in a pan over top of it, heating up while we cook that.
Cut up a little bit of pear. It's ready to go right now. Just let the steaks sitting out a little bit while they can settle with a little bit of salt on top of them.
It's gonna be delicious. Mashing the squash, which smells delicious.
Gonna get a little bit of blue cheese in there.
Oh yeah. Get that melted in there with the squash. Oh.
And more importantly, they're gonna get a little Squire Scotch ale and squash.
Squash ale.
Squash, little squash ale.
I'm gonna open up the bottle here. Here we go.
Woo. All right, let's add that puppy to this mixture here.
How much of a splash do we add here?
Probably a good splash.
All right.
That's good.
Too big of a
To me,
splash.
that's a good splash.
Right now.
Some paper cups here for the secret ingredient.
The sample.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't juggle anything.
No, I can do this one.
Hey guys.
All right, so a little Scotch ale in the pan. I'm gonna throw in some of this delectable blue cheese action.
Oh yeah.
Ah, fuck, I'll throw it all in.
No,
I'm gonna save some of it, but I don't know what we're gonna save it for.
Yeah. Not throw it all in. I love blue cheese.
A little bit of the red pear in the pan. A little red roasted pear in the pan. A little bit of the Scotch ale. Some blue cheese. And in a few seconds here, we're gonna add the blueberry.
Oh yeah. These are good BC blueberries. How was it cooking the steaks on this little Coleman?
This actually worked better than I thought it would be. I thought this would be. I think it's helped because there wasn't very much wind today, but this actually worked out pretty good. As you can tell, look at these bad boys. Those are like restaurant quality diamonds we have across the back of here. You can see the grill. That's probably almost ready anyway.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so put a little of this veggie mix in the bottom here. So if you want, you can have that. It's a littler one. Like that. And the showcase plate with this kind of butter across the bottom.
So let's make this short because I want to eat this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Driven dinner, most amazing park dinner ever. Roasted asparagus, baby carrots, the squash, baseball sirloin done medium rare with a bit of roasted pear and blueberry blue cheese on top of it.
And grilled just right by my man, Kix.
And just to mention, we live in a van, just so we're clear about the fact we're living in a van right now. Let's eat.
All right, here we go. Fuck, I can't believe I'm eating this in a park and just cooked it on a Coleman. That's insane. That's ridiculous.
Really tastes the blue cheese and the blueberry goes really, really nice together.
The barbecue smoky flavor of the steak plus the smoky flavor of the Scotch ale here just totally sets off the blue cheese and the pear and all the other flavors. Hey, cheers.
Oh, there's still rice coming out of this. Turn on and shut off. No dice. And when you're sailing around, does it typically stay on two skis or will it go back and forth?
This boat in particular lifts the hull very quickly.
Yep.
With 2 people on, a little less so, but with this wind we'll be fine.
Yep.
So have you sailed before?
Yeah, I've been out to Nova Scotia a bunch of times. I have some friends out there, so I've been in some sailboats, but I've never been.
Have you ever been on skis?
No.
Are you athletic? You look athletic.
Yeah, he's athletic.
Well, it's not hard.
We're out in Vernon today, and we're visiting Stewart with NOSA, the North Okanagan Sailing Association. And yeah, we're gonna go ripping around on the lake on a catamaran, it looks like.
It's supposed to be like sort of a mild, mellow day today and turned out to be pretty windy, so it's gonna be pretty fun. Stuart figures we can get going about like 30K or so on these boats.
Probably feels pretty fast when you're zipping along and something like this.
The first question he asked us is, did we been sailing before? The answer was not really. And the second question was asked if we'd ever been on a trapeze before.
So,
and for sure, we've been on lots of trapezes.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. Yeah, it should be pretty interesting if that's the skill requirements. Trapeze artist and sailor.
Yeah, should be pretty good.
Not bad. We were just out on Lake Okanagan with the Northern Okanagan Sailing Association.
First time sailing. Oh, for the adventure junkie guy, it was a little tough to watch Spider-Man go ripping by on the catamaran and then being chased by one of the Avengers.
The wind out here was like whistling today. We were going so fast. Everybody said it was like the best sailing day of the year, so I'm feeling super lucky for that.
I'm cruising along with John in like the three sort of, I was like a tri-hull or something like that. And there's like 2 seats in the middle of it. And you kind of put your feet up and relax. And John's in the back working the mast.
And then later, we went out in a smaller sailboat, a laser, and Stuart was letting me steer it, letting me control the sail, and I crashed it all over the place. I dumped it 5 times, I think, total. We got soaking wet.
I see Erin ripping by on this catamaran, hanging out the side on the trapeze, like with her ass on the water, cruising by as though she's Spider-Man, just ripping down the lake. And the 2 Dutch guys are like cheering her on, and they must be going like 300-400 miles an hour.
Despite getting wet, putting the boat in the water like 5 times, and not knowing what I was doing, I had a thrilling, awesome time today, and I'm hooked on sailing. I'm into it. The next time I get the chance, I'm totally going.
So all in all, super good time, really, really good. I'm pretty sure that Erin and Kent got a way bigger workout than me in the pleasure cruiser, but really good time. Last night we thought we'd take we as in me, thought we'd take a different road back to Nelson. So we took I think the 6 road, and ended up in the bustling community of where were we last night?
𝗔𝗯cie.
Met this dude Larry at the hot springs who swapped travel tales with for probably like, I don't know, an hour and a half probably in the hot springs. Cool dude.
Yeah, he was like a 60-year-old like hippie who used to, for years, travel and live out of a VW van.
I think he liked us as much as we liked him.
Oh yeah, he was like the 60-year-old version of us.
Yeah, totally.
Hopefully, like, he's a cool guy.
We're sitting there and he's like, yeah, you should go travel and you should make like some sort of documentary or a DVD series or something like that. And I'm like, actually, you're on camera right now.
Working on it.
Little do you know. We're at the, I don't know, the 𝗔𝗯cie house, I guess, with the Dutch family who just more or less took us into their home and showed us how cheese is made.
Yeah, we just stopped on the side of the road at a big sign that said fresh Gouda.
And it's super cheap too, man. They make like aged Gouda, peppercorn, caraway, cloves. It's nothing. Like that huge brock is $32. At the old grocery store, it'd probably be at least double that price, I think. Mm-hmm. And right now the lady's gonna cut us a sample.
For sure. You guys want to pay for it?
A bag? Oh no, we're good.
So you never know what you're gonna find on the road. We just drove by this Gouda cheese farm. This is the best Gouda cheese I've ever eaten in my life. It's amazing.
I took us inside and they have like a cheese churner inside the house, and they just have like a wide variety of all these different cheeses they make. And the guy came out and he was interested in us as we were in him because he was really jealous of our camping unit. Yeah, this cheese is amazing.
This is the kind of a cheese store where if you want you can go in the back and look where the cheese comes
from. Where the cheese goes from. Our cheese came from there, so behind us, to right here.
Hi.
After a stellar time in British Columbia, we'd love to spend more time here as two best friends vagabonding around in their van. But there's an entire world to see out there, and we're gonna go check it out because we're driven.
We're getting ready to chow down on some amazing food that we were inspired to cook after we tried the Squire Scotch Ale at Cannery Brewing yesterday.
Delicious!
So tasty, so tasty.
So tasty.
I'm rolling.
So we got the yam chopped up. Oh wait, it's not a yam.